No films were harmed in the making of this animal.
Skynet defense system now activated.
From Pirate Studios in Silver Lake, it's AI Spoilers!
I've really let the place go since you killed me.
With your hosts, Derek Vandermillen and Adam Waite.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Guest starring Heather Winter and Brandon Beaderstadt.
And all of them as artificial as the Matrix itself.
Now, sit back, relax, and prepare to be spoiled.
Basically.
That's hilarious.
Wow, we gotta check out these other episodes.
I feel like it's like a crime. Like this is Starsky and Hutch's intro music.
Yeah, that's what we're going for.
The exact vibe we're going for. Hello, everyone, and welcome to AI Spoilers, where the spoilers are fake and the only intelligence is artificial. If you are new to the show, what we do here is task AI programs to predict the plots of upcoming films, the results of which are always batshit. I'm changing it to batshit, Adam.
All right.
Then we tease the predictions to their hilarious ends. If you would be so kind and give us a like, subscribe, follow, star, thumbs up, or whatever on whatever service you use to indicate that you are pleased with the show, it would be very, very, very appreciated. As always, I am Derek Vandermillen.
And I'm Adam Waite.
And joining us today, we have our second returning guest host.
Our second.
Our second.
Ooh.
Mr. Brandon Beaderstadt.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
Yeah.
I kind of thought I was the first, but it's all good.
Oh, I mean, unless you want to kill Will.
That wouldn't change anything, would
Yeah, it wouldn't change anything, but I do still kind of want to do it.
Brandon is a producer and stand-up comedian from Iowa. Homeboy, let's go.
Go Hawks.
He has worked for companies such as Smosh and College Humor. He got his big break when he appeared on the Weird Al episode of AI Spoilers. Look at that.
It really changed everything for me.
You're welcome. Also, we have a newcomer. We have Miss Heather Winter.
Hello. Thank you for having me, guys.
You're very welcome. Heather is a comedian, producer, and podcaster. She's performed with some of the biggest names in comedy. She didn't name drop, which is great and appreciated in Hollywood. She just dropped her first special on YouTube this year. Her podcast is called Can I Get Some Ranch? You've got two Iowa boys. How do you feel about ranch?
Oh, I can tell that you don't like it as much as I do.
It's true. It's true.
Pretty quickly, I'm getting some negative ranch vibes.
Yeah, you're
from
just like, I'm gonna
across
keep my
the
mouth
table
shut.
That I am not actually here for.
Look, don't send the ranch mafia after me, but I'm like the least Midwest. I couldn't give a shit. But I love that you are raising the profile of ranch.
You know what's funny is I'm not even that big of a fan of, like, I don't need ranch for everything. It's as a server, it's a server podcast.
Oh, for sure.
It's not about, there's ranch involved, but it's just the most common question you get as a server is that everybody wants ranch for everything because Americans have no taste palate.
In Costa Rica, they don't really have ranch. Yeah. But if they do have it and they know what you're talking about, they call it America sauce.
Exactly my point. I'd rather serve an AI than have these customers.
So, speaking of serving, what are you serving us today, Adam?
Well, we're doing the sexy cannibal movie, Bones and All, with Timothee Chalamet.
Mm-hmm. Yum.
So I'm thinking Twilight for cannibals, which is what everyone needed in their life.
You guys know what RBS is, right?
No.
RBS are the letters that you would need to change the title of this movie to Boners and Balls.
Nice.
Yeah. And I wanted to get that out of the way very early.
You've done well, son.
So Bones and All is a 2022 coming-of-age romantic cannibal road film. It stars Timothee Chalamet and Taylor Russell. Premise that I put into the AI is the film follows cannibalistic lovers Marin and Lee as they embark on a road trip across America. Previously, it said Reagan-era America in here, and it doesn't say that anymore, so someone updated that.
We caught him before they cut the Reagan. They're like, it's not a selling point.
Yeah.
Even if it happened during that era.
So basically the 80s. I don't know why they had to say Reagan era. I mean, it must come up at some point. Let's dive in to Bones and All. This is exactly how the movie will go. Lee, played by Timothee Chalamet, has been tasked by the secret government to hunt down cannibals in his rural community.
I like how the AI already knows that they're not allowed to speak about the government.
And it's just a bait and switch because they're like, Yeah, let's keep them focused on one secret government. There's no way there could be more secret governments.
Yeah, well, they're just willing to hint at that one.
Yeah.
You know?
If the real secret government is called the Illuminati, then they're just doing a horrible job.
Yeah, that's the decoy secret government.
Here at AI Spoilers, we're trying to not get killed.
Yeah, cut this because I don't want the Illuminati after me.
While on a stakeout at a grocery, a meteor hits his car, so he goes inside.
He just steps out with his coffee and just
Wait, but they said
and he just goes right back inside.
it was at a stakeout at a grocery?
Yeah, he was in a car at a grocery, I guess, and meteor hits, and he's like, "Well, I guess I better go get some food."
But why was he staking out the grocery? Why was he
Looking for cannibals in his rural community, as tasked by the secret government.
You know where
Heather,
cannibals
pay
get their
attention.
food. Cannibals always get their food at the grocery
But that's
store.
what I'm saying. Like, if you're, I guess there's a lot of people.
Well,
there.
it doesn't say he's a cannibal.
No,
he's hunting down cannibals.
And that's my point, is he's trying to find cannibals at a grocery store, the one place we know they aren't.
But if you're a cannibal, you're going to like an EDC concert or something. You're going with mass population. There's not enough people at a grocery store.
Hidden by numbers.
Exactly.
Heather, you prepared. Good job.
More so than I did.
I can't tell if it's because you got the concept yesterday or if you've just been thinking about this your whole life.
Oh, ranch stands for really a non-monogamous, because it's hyphenated, cannibalistic human.
Really?
Okay.
I have to go.
Just pulled that out of your ass.
I did, straight out of my non-cannibal ass.
I like the RBS one better.
So we're going straight into a scene from this movie that I
Straight.
asked the AI to write for us, the meet cute for these two characters. If you guys would like to be, you can be Lee and you can be Marin. Do you want to be the narrator?
Yeah, I'm gonna make my narrator English.
And action.
Lee brushes his hair aside while looking at the butcher counter. Marin is standing there wearing the most expensive pair of shoes he's ever seen. Lee has a fetish for shoe laces. Marin's looking for a snack. Lee's on the menu. She's a cannibal. He's a vegan. Lee catches eyes with Marin, who is pretending to look at a can of soup. He can tell something is different about her.
You like red meat?
I like it rare.
Lee sniffs the air.
Come closer. I don't bite. Hard.
Marin walks closer to Lee.
Promises, promises.
I don't know you. Do I?
First time in this store.
Lee inspects the meat behind the glass.
Have you started to notice the weirdos yet?
Are you a weirdo?
I'm just saying, I can tell these things.
Is that an answer?
Lee plays it cool.
I like you, mister, but I don't trust you.
Are you a cannibal?
Marin studies Lee, looking for a crack in his armor.
Are you?
Oh, come on. Don't be bashful.
Marin goes in to bite Lee on the neck, but Lee stops her by putting a hand up to her mouth.
What's that smell?
Marin stops, transfixed. She can taste the sweat from his palm.
A smell I could eat.
Eat?
I could eat human flesh.
I'm gonna puke.
Marin plucks one of Lee's hairs and cleans her teeth with it.
I already did.
All right, now
What is that
now
process?
now we're in love.
Wow.
I had a Tinder conversation last night go very similar to this.
I do like that the AI was doing all right with kind of coded speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, there was definitely lots of subtext there.
Yeah, understanding, like, to get to a point where AI can do subtext. Like,
I mean, I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want a heavy lift for it, but the accident was good. So.
I'm looking for these cannibals. What do? I should try and fuck people at the grocery store.
I bet I'll find a weirdo there.
Okay, well, next, Lee and Marin get high on bath salts.
So, real question though, do you think that this AI is smart enough to have put together the bath salts and cannibalism? Probably
Yeah,
not,
that's
right?
clever.
'Cause
Well, the bath salts, I mean, a little behind the scenes. The bath salts, that line came up kind of randomly in a bunch of things, and I inserted it there.
From now on, if I ask, I wonder what the AI could do, I don't want Adam to answer.
To say he's the AI.
Adam's just like, oh, actually, exactly what it could do. I'm trying to ponder here.
Sorry. I thought it might be interesting to do a little improv with the taking hostages / bonding scene.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
I'll be the before you start. I'll be the hostage.
Okay, you're bound and gagged, so
So don't say anything.
just so you know. Oh, these are some good bath salts.
I like to bathe in them as well as snort them.
I didn't know you could bathe in them. I just snort in them so much. Man, we get along so well.
Wait, what are you guys doing back there?
We're just bathing in bath salts. It's for cleansing purposes.
I'm snorting them.
Okay, give me some. I'll try them too, I guess.
You weren't supposed to do that much.
Are you hungry?
I could eat.
Guys, real quick, I don't mind that you eat me. Can I just have some bath salts before you do it?
Oh my God, he's so good. You have to try him.
Should I?
It's so good. You have to.
I don't know. My mom told me not to.
Look, here's some salt. I'll put a little salt on there for you. There, now try it.
More bath salts. He is good.
Oh my God, this is going to be a great meal. Look at how big he is.
And see.
You just straight up Mortal Kombat my jugular out of my neck.
Oh, is that what we were eating?
There's no work. You were just like, and that's a jugular.
Everyone knows the esophagus is the finest of human meat.
Oh, yeah.
It's the finest cut.
Really, what do you think is the best tasting?
Ooh, pussy. I took a swing and I hit the ball. I want people at home to know what a risk that was. I'm a brave hero.
Sorry that pussy won the room, but I feel like if we're talking realistically, I think it's the butt. I think buttocks, not the butthole, but the buttocks.
Really
the
fatty.
juiciest. Yeah.
Don't sleep on the butthole, though. Why throw out any part of the butt?
Isn't that like what they make hot dogs out of? Is like pigs' anuses and shit?
And it's one of our favorite meats, isn't it? America's meat.
Touche. Touche.
Put a little America sauce on that bad boy.
Buttholes in range.
Oh, that might be my new name for my podcast.
Rebrand.
All right, so a tall tourist moseys his way over. Marin pretends she's being attacked. Lee subdues the tall man. Marin tells Lee that the tall man can only be stopped by eating him.
It just sounds like you are really looking for an excuse to do the thing you're addicted to.
9-1. Oh, what am I even doing?
I'm starving.
There's really only one way out of this.
Knowing that he'll probably get fired, Lee reluctantly agrees. He's like, I might get fired from my secret government cannibal hunting job.
Oh, yeah, he's employed by them. Let's not forget that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the recession is the main cause of cannibalism. They haven't really touched on it in the AI, but in the trailer, a lot of it's about the morality, about how they're bummed that they keep eating people. They're like, oh, I don't want to. And all I could think the whole time is like, when you meet a fat cannibal, that person is objectively a lot worse. Like, all cannibals are bad, but chubby cannibals? Come on, man.
They're like, I guess we're not that bad. Kevin said 3 people in the last hour.
Control yourself.
I'm just a big boned cannibal.
Together, they eat some of the tall man's brains. Being his first time, Lee gets an upset stomach.
You would. Definitely.
Yeah, starting with the brains is a little, that's early. To be honest, though, I think what it is I think it's because he's a vegan. He had no meat at all. So it's more so just like his body's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Although, what I found out is human meat, if it's consensual, is actually vegan. Because veganism is about that the animals can't consent to what's going on.
So he's still vegan.
Well, I mean, this guy wasn't really consenting.
Consensual.
But it's possible. Okay, so he gets an upset stomach, but when Lee sees Marin strutting away from him, he gets horny. He's like,
Typical fucking guy. He's like, oh, I don't feel good, but you still want to fuck?
Marin and Lee flee the scene in Marin's car. They pull over to have cannibal sex in the back seat.
How's that different from any other sex?
Cannibals are having it.
Yeah, I think what it is their lube is blood. They just lube up with blood.
Maybe it's like a Will and Jada thing before the slap happened of like being known in Hollywood as just like wanting food there.
If that's
So they just have a little like Ziploc bag of like his brains. Yeah.
That's foreplay. They're just like,
Hey, Lee,
rubbing
bring
it
the
on.
brains.
you can check those onto airplanes. What's awesome is a lot of people try and buy the food after, but you can bring your own little
Human flesh?
baggies of Will and Jada or whatever you happen to have lying around your.
Whatever you happen to have, you're just like, dude, Bob's been sitting there for a week. We might as well bag him up.
FAA does not prohibit it, so it's on the acceptable items
Yes,
list.
there's a cannibal that's like, excuse me, sir, where on the list does it say I cannot bring my bits of human?
And they're like, oh, I guess they got us.
Yeah, I guess
Carry on.
We don't need a lawsuit. Just let him on.
While they're fucking, Marin reads Lee's mind, finding out his last name is Roth. So Lee Roth.
Lee Roth. Wow.
She can read minds.
Apparently.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, they
Yeah,
can
but
smell-
spoiler alert, it doesn't come up ever again in the movie.
She didn't read his mind. She just got him to come, and he just told her everything she needed to know.
Like, my name's Roth. It's like, can I just read your mind?
I know what you're thinking.
And yes, it is Roth.
The tall man, now evil, tracks down the two lovers. So apparently,
Wait,
the little bit of brains.
The brains that are missing?
Well, he said
They ate
some
the good
of his
part.
brains, not all of his brains.
They ate the moral side.
I
of
was
his
gonna
brain.
say the nice parts.
Yeah. Origin story: creating your own villain.
Is it like because her saliva touched his brain? That's like what got him to be evil or something, you know?
The saliva touched the brain, then they like cut open like a square and was like, it's just so much better from the source. Rather than like cooking it, they're just like, just fucking get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm still alive.
I mean,
yeah,
they
they
do
didn't
that
cook
in
it.
One of the Hannibal Lecter movies where he's like still alive and he
Yeah.
cuts open the head.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like fork and knife eating his own brain.
He is,
God,
yeah.
this bit again, AI.
Come on, AI. The tall man, now evil, tracks down the two lovers. While they are resting, he handcuffs the pair together, all to the sound of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake.
I think we're being too harsh on him. to call him evil when like he's still the victim in this story.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
All he's done is captured his captors.
I like the idea that he was like listening to like Kiss. Like on the way to wherever they found him, he was like, Detroit Rock City. And then like as soon as he removes some of his brain, he's just like very cultured and like plays Tchaikovsky and is a completely different persona.
Marin screams out, "Daddy," revealing she's pregnant. So it's not Daddy Kinky Daddy. It's like, no, Lee. She just
Daddy, to be fair, if she's pregnant, we haven't had any time ellipses. Someone else got her pregnant. And she's just saying daddy.
Or the AI just doesn't know how babies are made.
Well, let me tell you, AI.
Or it could be some like Species 2 type shit where they're like impregnated right away because it's a cannibal, you know, direct connection.
Ooh, if you had the kid of the person you ate, like, because you have their DNA inside you now.
Oh my God, did we just figure out what the AI is about to tell us?
If it's not what it's about to tell us, that would be a cool fucking movie, though.
There you go.
I like it.
It turns out that the baby is actually two babies.
Of course.
Big reveal.
Twins.
But they ate each other in the womb.
Oh, God, savage.
The tall man steals the babies, or the one baby that's left, and keeps him trapped in a fertilized polymer vat at the big city university.
What do you know, AI? What is that?
What?
A what vat?
A fertilized polymer vat at the big city university.
I think we just discovered what the government's been doing with people. I think that the lights are going to go off or something soon, and it's going to be like they've learned too much.
Yeah, AI definitely has access to documents that I do not.
So the next prompt here is a hippie woman teaches Lee and Marin to be stealth cannibals before heading to the big city.
Stealth
So
cannibals.
they
Yes.
don't even.
Because they've been sloppy. Their techniques are so sloppy.
I want to see this stealth eating training montage.
Oh,
I
yeah.
And
do
there's
too.
just like
I
an
do too.
upbeat song playing, and they're like, they're just eating like right in front of people, and just like,
Dropping plates all loud.
come on.
You just watch a Reagan vote get cast, and then as they're walking out of the booth, it's just they get abducted and eaten.
So they do a little shopping for their road trip. Lee stocks up on armor and uniform while Marin follows Lee around blaring the siren of a stolen police cruiser.
Not very stealth. Not very stealth. Already failing. It was going well with what you were saying. They need a montage of stocking up, and then they just blare a siren.
Marin lets Lee shoot his sniper rifle in her shooting range.
All right, so now she's gonna be pregnant. I think we've all shot a sniper rifle in someone's shooting range once or twice. AI, you do know how sex works.
Dirty ass AI. I like
That's
that.
like one of the best euphemisms I've ever heard.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna be like, you could shoot your sniper rifle in my range.
I just like you say at the end, just make sure you're downrange. And he's like, what does that mean? You're like, I don't. It was good up until that point. I'm sorry.
The metaphor's breaking down. Actually, no, downrange seems like the butt. Finally on the road, the teenagers are driving a black Civic that smells like a nursing home resident.
That is so gross.
And visceral.
You could have said, smells like shit, and I'd be like, okay, I've smelled that. Because it's kind of like when you get like Del Taco or something, you're like, God, it still smells like Del Taco in here. Yeah. They had just hit up a nursing home. That was their like last kill. They're like, oh, no one will miss them.
Right.
We're doing everyone a favor.
You smell that, though?
But
smells like antiseptic and bedpan.
I've been thinking about that the whole time. The morality of cannibalism is not like a yes or no thing to me. It's how you do it. Are you? And one of them is eating old people. Ethically, I'm okay with that. Probably they're but
like
they're just a drain on society anyway.
And letting your food go bad is like so wasteful. You killed someone.
It's basically the imperfect foods.
But aren't old like
it's like, these are about to go off. Let's do our civic duty and make sure they're eaten before they spoil.
The lovers, after playing a game of Smoke the Pot, get high on peyote.
What?
You want to play a game? Yeah.
And one of them's just like, can we play a different game? Can we do peyote, please?
It'd be awesome if Smoke the Pot wasn't weed related.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you want to play the game? Smoke the pot? Well, grab the ping pong balls.
They get lost on America's interstates. They ride the broad backs of neon geckos that grow electric hair, blue and fuchsia in the dim light, rolling across the golden plains like tumbleweeds.
So really, they just stole someone's Vespa because they're high on peyote.
What are you guys doing here? We're just playing a little Smoke the Pot.
And why do you have blue fuchsia hair, Mr. Gecko? While they're traveling, they write a cannibal cookbook, complete with lovely-looking photographs.
The cookbook sections would be the same as ours. It'd be like Chinese, Mexican, Korean. My favorite is Korean.
Can I? I'm gonna say this.
Okay, do it then.
I will. But I don't. I already don't feel good about this. So when I
The
drive,
cannibalism?
well, so guaranteed, if I was to eat a person, it would be a Korean person because they have gotten into my Uber so many times coming out of a Korean restaurant smelling fucking delicious.
Man, that sentence was going places.
Somehow you landed it.
I'm glad I stuck.
I'm going to
the
interject
landing.
with that and
Yes.
say, if I had to, I would eat an Indian because
Okay.
Yeah.
I once hooked up with an Indian guy and his
Yes.
stick tasted like curry 100%.
Wow.
This is a true
In a
story,
good
not
way?
This is a
joke.
true story,
Okay.
and I was shocked at the fact that it did, and I was so excited because I love chicken tikka masala, and so I gobbled that dick up, and if I had to eat it, it would be that. It tasted
Yes.
just like curry. It was
Okay.
amazing.
For me, I think I just have ones that I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't eat black
you're racist.
people.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't eat
It's
Jews.
not racist if
but-
you say who it is. If you start excluding people, you fucking piece of shit.
No, and the reason I like black people and Jews so much that I wouldn't eat them. You guys are
There
making
you go. There you go.
all the other people I don't like them much, and I would eat them for sure.
I like the idea if we complete this gauntlet, which you both need to. We can cut this or we
Oh,
can
I'm
do
just
whatever.
eating the poor.
You're eating the poor?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we were talking about getting rid of the less desirables. It's ethical.
Okay. I do like the idea that somebody's like pissed off by this segment, but then they're excluded and they're like, why didn't they say me?
Yeah, white people with blonde hair and blue eyes is probably who I'd eat.
So you'd go back home to Iowa and just wipe the state out.
A little ranch on that.
Nice.
Devin.
That would, if you went back home to Iowa and like started eating like kinfolk and was like, who wants ranch now? And just pours it on them. They're like, I don't like ranch anymore.
As they're getting eaten. They stop to see a roadside mural of a clown. I don't know why. They're like, did you see that clown?
Turn around.
Lee's former partner in the cannibal bounty hunter, Ronald Reagan, tracks him down. Marin stabs Reagan and successfully sabotages his limousine.
Wow.
Wait.
So this is, I think, pre-President Reagan, like, out, his career trajectory.
He gets out of his limousine and it's like shoes first and just like pan up. And it's like no actor playing Reagan. It is Reagan.
Digitally.
Yeah. Like, someone just doing
deep fake Reagan.
Deep fake on his face. For once, I'm going to be like, hey, come on. You can't milk this a little more. Like, give us more Reagan before he just like stab him.
No, I just
away.
like the way Split is secretly a sequel to Unbreakable.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is secretly the sequel to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It's now Ronald Reagan Cannibal Hunter. Grimacing in pain, Ronald Reagan lies on the side of the road while she walks away briskly.
She's like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Needing a vacation, the young cannibals work in the kitchen of a cruise ship to pay for passage.
Like, imagine like a cannibal on a cruise ship and it just like gets back to shore. And like the shoremen are like,
Where'd everyone
where are
go?
the people?
They just two huge people roll off of it. 'cause they hate
There's-
everyone.
whoa. What a great cruise.
I hate to be a stickler, Marin, but did you have to eat the captain first? I know, but I'm just saying, like,
She's like, I don't know. The skipper looked fucking gross.
While on board, they write and perform a cannibal dinner theater play. Which leads to an offer to work in the kitchens of celebrity houses in the big city.
That show was incredible. Did you see how real it looked when they ate Karen?
Yeah. I think that's like how they hit it. They're like, yeah, it's the show.
I love the idea that there's like a theater director that's like tied up and he's just like watching like people getting eaten and watching the show, the dinner theater from hell. Yeah. And there's a point where like you watch their eyes just go, make so much money from this.
Yeah, he just kept us on board now.
As soon as the gag's out, he's like, I can make you money.
Yeah.
I'm not desperate. You guys are so talented.
I did put improv question mark here if you guys wanted to like improv the cannibal dinner theater play. I mean, you seemed like you wanted to be the theater director.
The musical theater?
Yeah.
He wanted it so bad.
He is bound and gagged again.
Under his own choice though. He's the one that's like, I guess I'll be bound and gagged again.
Please,
was the role
let
I
me
was-
say nothing in this scene. Please, just let me say nothing in this scene.
I'm really good at muffled sounds.
Somehow I keep getting typecasted as this guy.
Derek, you got to go out for these parts now. Yeah. Like the AI is telling you
I'm going to
something.
call my manager right now.
Acting.
Oh my God. Derek, is that you? And guess what? I wasn't even bound or gagged.
They bring their cooking show to a convention and they get interviewed by Vice magazine.
It would be the only publication.
Yeah, you heard about these cannibals?
100%. Vice is the one that exposes them because they're always the
Exactly.
one that's like, there's something weird in this situation. Vice. And then they come out.
They take off their fake beard because they're always undercover.
Well, in the interview, Marin admits to being a mutant, part of a new race of human-animal hybrids that have emerged as the result of Reagan's war on drugs.
Of course. It's exposing
I think Reagan just quickly became president and started a war on drugs.
I do like the idea that based on whatever your political views are, each party looking at this film and being like, can't you tell Reagan's being eaten? And then all the Reagan people are like, that's what they do to our boy, those woke cannibal Antifa people.
Yeah, both sides love it because they see it through their own lens.
Yeah. It's just the director, Luca, being like, this is how your Americans look to us.
Well, the interview goes viral, and they are now the most famous cannibals in the world. And so they get hired to be in an advertisement for Wolfsbane pills, which are supposedly relieve nausea and indigestion caused by cannibalism.
I think Big Pharma already has that pill.
Yeah, they were just looking for the right, spokesman to come out and release it on the world.
There's no, as a result of cannibalism, like Big Pharma's like, we got this pill that we know works. How do we implement it?
Yeah, we just don't have enough famous cannibals right now. If only there were two who could really just
sexy,
be at the top.
sexy one. But before they can get paid, they are forced on the run and barely escape from the approaching cannibal police.
Ah, there they come.
Reagan's cannibal police.
I've been waiting for them.
Reagan's drug/cannibal police.
Well, they've dropped the drug at this point.
Yeah.
It was up front. They were like,
Right.
war on drugs. Yeah. You all knew it was fake until you realized what it really was.
He really is always targeting black people.
Is the insinuation that all the cannibals are black?
Yeah.
The ones Reagan's getting.
The couple stops at a diner, but something's not right. It's obvious that they're not meant to be there. In parentheses, people in sunglasses, curtains behind people, etc.
It's just phoning in setting at this point.
Hey, Marin, you see the curtain behind that guy?
Lee, we don't have sunglasses. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
The tall man appears from behind the curtain.
What?
That's why the curtains were necessary.
What a twist!
Is he wearing sunglasses?
Marin and Lee are both clones who secretly had been raised by the tall man, but a flaw in his design had made them desire the taste of human flesh.
Oh. That explains the birth.
That's why there was no, it's like an immaculate conception.
And also because he's putting him in the fertilized polymer vat.
Exactly.
He's just growing the clones.
Exactly.
Twins of these two.
So he could kill Lee and Marin and then...
As soon as you said clones, because the AI said clones before, I'm like, fucking...
No, this one makes way more sense.
This is great.
Yeah. The film suddenly cuts to black. There is no resolution.
I don't know if you've seen the end of Westworld. This is basically it.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to see it anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, it is basically, this movie is a loop. It ends and you're like, oh.
As it began.
The AI offered a little criticism of its own movie.
Oh, okay.
The plot of this film fails in several ways due to its historical inaccuracies. Ronald Reagan never hunted cannibals, and Marin and Lee are in the wrong decade.
He didn't chase cannibals?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want, because I'm going to check that.
Yeah.
Check the Wikipedia page. Just to make sure.
Check that.
Was that Reagan? One of the presidents.
It's him or Carter. I can't tell.
I like the idea you check the Wikipedia and there is like an asterisk that says he was definitely not a cannibal or a cannibal hunter.
Yeah.
Nancy, on the other hand.
Don't do drugs, kids. It makes you not taste good.
There's a post-credit scene. Centuries later, the world has ended because of global warming. Heavy rain has washed away the diner, allowing the plant life to take over the whole earth.
All this meat eating, and we just get like a single bud come out of the ground.
Where the diner once stood.
Yeah. As if to say, plant life's like, you guys are fucking on some shit.
And then it's Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
Descendants of the cannibals are the only inhabitants left alive. They spend the rest of their lives eating nothing but cheese and can't stand it.
Real question, if you make cheese out of human breast milk and eat it, is that cannibalism or it's a human product? Yeah, no, I guess.
But it's not like it's. I see what you're saying, but it
I mean,
can't be because it's not.
If you eat cum, are you a cannibal?
Exactly.
So the answer is no.
Yes.
I want to
You're half cannibal.
I want to take this moment to say to Scott Harder, I'm not a cannibal then, so fuck you. We all agreed upon it. I didn't show my hand.
No matter what you say.
I asked 3 unbiased people, and just because I tried that once, I'm not a fucking cannibal.
It makes you something else, though.
Fuck you, Scott Harder. Thank you guys for having my back on that.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
So we have a sponsor.
Were you caught with your pants down at the last 80s party?
Brandon was.
Say good day to Gloat. A pubic region wig that comes in all sorts of textures and colors. For the woman that misses the jungle in her pants. Such curls. So cute. Bush good. Bush healthy. Hair today. Gone tomorrow. It's the hair that says something about you.
Wow, she's got the ass. She's got the bush.
I love my gloat. He gets lost in the forest.
The bush has landed. Bush for bush sake. Blinded by the bush. The hair you wear to not be afraid. Gloat. It's the toupee for your touche. Cheerio.
It's like you don't want to wait for that bush to grow back. You can have it both ways.
I'm starting a new company. It's a lot like Locks for Love.
I wonder what human goes, if this could only grow back faster.
Yeah. I like at the end, it was just like workshopping catchphrases like, for the bush, by the bush, blinded by the bush. They're like, sweet, 80s party? Dropping a trowel.
I like how that's what the AI thinks happened at 80s parties, was everybody just walking around with their bushes out.
Yeah. And then there's the one person that's like, I shaved.
Have you ever wished that your penis could look like Slash? Now it can with glow.
She's about to go on air, and they're like, well, we can't, we're going to break FCC rules here. Let's get some gloat on her. She's like, but then I'm going to look like I have a bush. Shut up. You didn't put it in your writer. Slap that gloat on her, because it's still 80s television here.
It did say there's comes in all shapes and textures, so it could just be like a pixelated version of it too.
Ooh, this year's hot topic, lion's mane. Yeah. Was this ethically sourced? We shaved the bushes of 4 foxes.
It's still pubic hair from animals. Welcome to the AI Comedy Hour, sponsored by Glow.
Being a famous comedian is like being in a romantic comedy that has a tragic ending. You're on an airplane, and you run out of fuel, and you're like, Michael Bay's gonna save me by jumping a helicopter out of a hot air balloon and take me back to Los Angeles Plat. Boom, boom, bubbles.
Los Angeles Plat.
Just saying it on the way down. It's gonna take me to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The AI nailed that, though. Being a stand-up comedian is a lot like being in a romantic comedy with a bad ending.
I would not be mad to see the AI perform at the haha. Like it wouldn't bum me out to have to sit through its 5 minutes.
Can you please? There's already too many of us. We don't need fucking robots.
I am out here to mainly write scripts and shit. And this is like the 10th episode, right? Or what episode are we on?
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you.
We're
on 6th.
Yeah. So yeah, this is only 6 of 7,000 episodes. But
he sees it. He sees it.
Already, it's written more scripts than me. I really need to step up my game because this is on a one a week timeline right now.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of the AI. Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming on the show. This was super fun.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Our pleasure.
Do you guys have anything you want to plug going forward?
Yeah, I'm on a show later this week at the Haha Comedy Club. It's a roast battle show called No Llores. It's hosted by Los Digits. I'm actually judging it, but come check it out. It's once a week on Wednesday at 10 p.m. at the Haha Comedy Club.
I have a few shows coming up this month. If you follow my Instagram at Heather R. Winter, I have one at Bruise Brothers on the 30th in North Hollywood. I also have my podcast, Can I Get Some Ranch? Also follow my TikTok because I do funny Yelp reviews on that. And
what's the name of the special? One last time.
Big Girl Confidence on YouTube under Funny Media Group.
All right, well, to everyone listening, you can watch this on YouTube and Spotify. You can give us a like, subscribe, follow, thumbs up. Contact us at aispoilersshow@gmail.com or on Instagram at aispoilers. Thank you guys for coming. Next week on the show, we are doing Spirited, the new Christmas Carol remake with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. That should be fun. And see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.